Oh my goodness gracious. Welcome to a belated Memorial Day weekend version of the 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After thing we usually do Sunday nights. Oh, there she's calling me. That's Wah. And so I texted her already live. Join. I'll send link if you watched. And I here I am. So this is what's happening. I'm so happy. This is literally live as we're talking. And so that's what I'm talking about, the fact that I might bring Wa up here if she is available, but I also have to know how to add her. I'm so happy to see you guys. I just am watching you guys filter in. This is a Memorial Day, but Moa's already in bed, so no, it'll just be me. But yes, I had a very fun Memorial Day weekend. I had a bachelorette party for my cousin, and so if you are either subscribing to this channel, which I would love you to do, or you're in my Facebook group, Vanity Fair, I did say that I unfortunately was too hungover last night to adequately watch at 5 p.m. Because I drove home, not drunk, but hungover, the Happily Ever After from yesterday. And also, if I was to be honest, also have the emotional capability to watch the Mare of Easttown finale, right? I knew I couldn't do both because I have to also go live and form sentences, right? Where like, you're not like, that person's crazy. And so because of that, honeys, I just couldn't do it yesterday. But I know I owe you. And so I watched today and I'm excited to give you my little feedback on 90 Day Fiancé. And if you guys want to talk about Mare, stay till the end and we will. The whole season. I cannot do that accent. I really tried. I was like, I wish I could. So we're going to get into this. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. You are the best. I hope you had, a great, relaxing weekend. And God bless anyone who has fought for our freedom and our just like easygoing life here in America, in relationship to what's happening in a lot of the rest of the world. So God bless you and your family members who serve. And let's get into it. I love my mods. Okay, so I'm going to start with Mike and Natalie. So I just can't. And, it's annoying to me because I don't want to like Natalie, right? Whatever. I have no, she's kind of like crazy. I like her skin, I feel like if you know how I've said anything about scenes with her in the past, she's absolutely bananas. She's like, I keep saying crazy, but it's like, I wouldn't say that. It's just, we don't know what she wants, right? Because it's so confusing. She wants so badly to be like a rich housewife that's also going to be an actress and influencer. That's what she wants. Okay. Oh, a little super sticker. Thank you so much for that super chat. That's so kind. Ugh, you don't really need to do that because you're already moderating for me. Yeah, it totally is. That's so funny. Natalie is just, like with the carrots and like, I think she's such a character, but at the same time, she is being made to look like a victim because of how crazy she's being treated by Trish and Mike. Mike has, in the presence of his mother, regressed to a full toddler. I cannot believe this is what I'm watching. This is making me sterile. Do you understand? This is making me sterile, like as blank as like the makeup on my face is, which is blank. It is like how my ovaries are reacting to watching Mike interact with his mom with the hat and the hair, and just like the fact that he brought this woman to his mother's house, knowing that his mother hates her and like doesn't have the balls to end it with Natalie, but just will, for some reason, not take her into account. It's so crazy. He must have such hostile rage against her. And or he is using this and his mother to gain the courage to leave him. Or he can't leave her because he's so insecure, but like knows he has to. The psychology of why he would have someone that he truly cared about in this position is beyond me. Because yes, there's like certain things, right? I don't understand. Like I'm a meat eater now and I have been a vegetarian before. So I understand both sides, right? I worked at a vegan restaurant for like 10 years off and on, but I was raised eating meat all life for people. We read my whole family eats meat, so it's like I see both sides, right? I mean, like I have an understanding of what it's like to not want to eat meat and then yeah, like having a respect towards that, just like you have a respect towards people who don't share your views. Like, truly crazy that I don't understand how these two people cannot just respect each other. One eats meat, one does not. One is uncomfortable with meat, one is comfortable with meat. So, what that means is you don't do things like bring someone into a dead, rotting, raw meat factory. I mean, that's what a butchery is. I'm fine with it. Listen, I'm fine with it. But I know that a vegetarian wouldn't be, and I wouldn't expect her to be, and I would never bring her in, much less someone that I was in love with, woman or man. This is just I mean, like, if this was my really good friend who I knew like didn't want to like smell rotting meat carcass, I would be like, yeah, good, let's not like bring this. Why don't we get the meat some other time, or we'll go later, or whatever it is. Like she doesn't need to come. We'll tell her. Be like, even if you're like Natalie, we need to get this stuff for some of the Thanksgiving. I know you're not into it, honey. Just like go in the shop next door. Just like here, whatever it is. There's a billion things that you could have done to like respect Natalie. I don't want to have to like have pity for Natalie, but you are making me, truly, I just like can't believe the disrespect. But then again, we were privy to disrespect on Natalie's side. So it's like he watched all of last season and then just was like, well, I'm going to bring her on this season and get revenge. I'm going to grab a water. But truly, I need you in this moment to think about, if you haven't, liking this video by giving it a thumbs up, by like, just tickling the algorithm for me while I get my own water. And yes, so right now, being thirsty for two things. Okay. That's what it is. But feed me your likes. Ugh. Did you see Trisha's hat? That like weird hat? Okay. I haven't even looked at my notes yet, by the way, for this. I want to talk about some of the barbs they had back and forth. I wrote some down. I believe, okay. Okay, so obviously Mike's mom is just fucking obsessed with Natalie being an interpreter. Just feels like that is her. That's what she can do, honey. She can just do it from Zoom. And Mike is like, she's not cleaning. He's complaining to his mom about his wife that she's not cleaning or cooking. He comes home, he has to like, he says help or what it is. Okay, so interesting. Because in the first season, we saw Natalie doing all of that. I mean, like, as awkward as she was with the broom, and I mean, she was awkward. I've never seen someone, like really use a broom like that, but I just assumed that, maybe she had a Swiffer at home. I don't know. And by the way, a Swiffer wet jet, if you just like change the pads, really, it's just such an easy thing to do. But you have to like, sweep first. Anyway, I still understand why she doesn't know how to sweep, but also at the same time, I never thought Natalie to be someone who wasn't cleaning that very small place. So I don't know if Mike's just saying that, if this is new now, if like things have changed in the months, she hates Mike after the whole situation. She's just like, F Mike, I'm just here, stuck in Squim. Now I'm like fancying myself as like, now this is where it gets interesting. An actress, but she's not fooling herself. This is, okay, I'm going to break this down for you. And I'm the perfect person to do this because what do? I act sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Yes, Natalie isn't the best cleaner, but at the same time, like, what is truly happening here? So Trish, obviously, and Mike and Natalie, before the butchery, go and like get wood. Okay, honey, they're getting wood for fires and stuff like that. And Trish is like, I'm going to talk to Natalie. Now, there's a bunch of red flags. Like, they're in the car. Natalie's like, horses, and Trisha's like, those are cows. Like Natalie's a mask on, like they go first and they go outside and they just like, the Mike immediately shakes hands with who knows who and what knows what. Natalie just like shakes elbow like at the same time. That's her husband. Like, like everything is crazy. And then Mike's mom is like picking up the wood and like okay, it's a crazy system where they kind of like throw the wood, but like people are throwing it at Natalie. It's okay, whatever. And at one point, Natalie looks, no, sorry, Trish goes, it's like going to the gym. And Natalie goes, do you do it often, Trish? And Trish is like once every year. And I was just like, oh, whew. I mean, this is a cold, I hate these women have daggers out for each other, like, so then later on, right, Mike's like, I have to pee after like nearly knocking Natalie out with like a piece of wood. Okay. And then Natalie and Trish have this conversation where Trish brings up the interpreter again, even though Natalie was already like, why can't I be happy? Whatever, God bless. And Trish like, I just really want you to like be pulling your weight. And why won't you be interpreter? And Natalie says the following. Ukrainian people are hardworking people. And then Trish is like, are they? Cool. And then Natalie is like, I want to go to Seattle. I want to work in TV channel, but I am 36, so I don't believe in miracles. But there are movies that film in Seattle. So, okay. What does Natalie think she's going to do? However, I'll tell you what she should do. Maybe it's what she is doing. Okay. And maybe she just can't say it. Yes. Natalie says that she's 36 and she like doesn't believe in miracles. However, I mean, that's neither here nor there of like what someone is looking for. I mean, if she was a great actress, listen, I'd cast her as like some sort of like crazy spy or crazy like mean but smart doctor, like some Eastern doctor in like a serial, or a procedural, if you will. Like I could see her. Maybe that's what she's talking about. Yes, she's not going to be Johnny Depp, which is, interesting. She's like the only actor that she knows of, Johnny Depp. I mean, listen, it could have been like David Hasselhoff that she said. I'm happy that it wasn't David Hasselhoff. Like if she had said like David Hasselhoff and then couldn't think of anyone else, that would be like a whole different, like I would have to devote a whole hour to that, just like dissecting that. She says Johnny Depp. Oh my God, that's like your top and then no one else you can even think of. It's like, that's how big he is across the seas that like it's him. I guess that's like, I feel like if she was 10 years older, she would have said Tom Cruise. Right? And then if you're 10 years younger than Natalie from the Ukraine, who's the biggest guy right now for like the younger generation? Oh God, I don't know. Like Leonardo DiCaprio, I guess. I guess that's like a Johnny Depp generation, isn't it? Slightly younger, but not even. Leo's old looking now. Have you seen Leo? Woo! God bless. And I'm talking about, I used to love the hell out of him. I mean, okay, so that's just like, I was like, what are you doing, Natalie? Now, having said that, we know what Natalie's doing, honey. Natalie is cooking on a YouTube channel. No shade. Zero, zilch. None shade, Z's, wait, Z's. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing it right now. I'm not cooking. I'm cooking thoughts. I'm cooking commentary about the show is what I'm saying. What I love about right now is that there's just like a mighty small group here talking, but I'm so happy you're here and you're like so active. And I just feel like, first of all, I love you so much. And second thing is, oh, wait, it's not it. Natalie lives 5 years old, bust 1 year old. Those busts are like 6 months old, honey, at this point. I'm just so happy you're here and happy Memorial Day. So I just wanted to give you like a little shout out because I know it's not usually Sunday night and I am sorry that I like didn't go last night, but at the same time, it's exhausting to watch 2 hours and then talk about it when you have to emotionally prepare for like the series of a lifetime, which is low key what Mare of Easttown was for me. Okay. It's midnight on the East Coast. I'll get back to it. I'll have to and first of all, 15 minutes about one couple. Okay. They go, I just can't. Okay, so the last thing I'll say is after this like conversation, which is annoying, which I've already talked about the butchery, but just again breaking down the fact that Mike like regresses to a child is like, Mommy, will you buy me the tomahawk steak? Mom, please, the tomahawk. I want all the meat. I want the rib cap and all the meat. Natalie was like, whoa. I just can't believe it. I mean, I just can't believe, like, even like, what are you making for Thanksgiving? Like, well, I'm making meat and then some, like, I guess she does eat shrimp. She has a shrimp in her grits, or I don't know, it's not grits. I'm so sorry, loves. I forgot what shrimp item that Trish is making, but so interesting. I don't eat fish. So, like, I mean, I couldn't eat there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be honest, I get uncomfortable with food with people that I think would have like not a happy, or I'm sorry, don't give me positive vibes. Like I couldn't eat food of someone that I know hated it, like hated me and they had made the food. Cause it's like, you know how you make food with love? I mean, I can't eat someone's hate. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I wouldn't be able to eat anything anyway. So it wouldn't make a difference. I would just, if I was Natalie, I'd be like, well, I'm just not gonna, honey, just take me to, I don't even know, like take me to Taco Bell, I'll have a bean burrito. You can't eat like, and by the way, it's gonna taste so bad. You know it's gonna taste, I mean, it's going to taste the mushiest, like nothing, like gross, like what? I mean, it's gonna taste, well, it's gonna taste like Trish. Like Trisha's hair. You know how much hair Trish gets in her food? Can you imagine one strand? If you swallowed one strand of her hair, you would have to then just like pull it out like a thing of spaghetti. First of all, wait. What is this? Hi, Chris. Have you talked about Trisha's crazy hair hat visor combo? I did talk about it. I just like hated the visor. Yeah, just like listen, it was a visor that like sometimes you see like I feel like Asian women sometimes hike in them, and I've bought them before, specifically in Hawaii or whatever. But I like the one that actually has a hat because it doesn't make a difference to me. Like if I'm gonna have a visor but have the top of my head like exposed, just means like it's gonna be like super hot. So I just understand that. Except that if you're Trish, you are just like, I just need this hair to be like seen. Yes, I want some protection from the sun. That for some reason the bangs are gonna give me the visor and the bangs. I mean, Trish. So anyway, and I mean I wanted to give you some. Okay, so I just feel, I mean, again, feel bad for Natalie, and that is not what I want to feel. I don't want to feel bad for Natalie, but like Trish is kind of like a devil. And Mike is like her little sidekick. I mean, it's really just ovary shrinking. Is how I would describe it. Okay, Tiffany and Ronald. Okay, so as it starts, I wrote down like, oh look, another FaceTime, which I guess, yes, it makes sense. Just like sometimes when these things get too repetitive, I'm just like, it's annoying when they're not together, because you're just like, how much of this do I have to watch on the screen? I'm already watching a screen. It just feels like some sort of like weird meta situation. I also clocked the fact that Tiffany's wearing one of those like satiny Amazon bridesmaid robes. I know you know what I'm talking about if you're a girl of a certain generation, chiefly like I would say right now. I mean, like of the bridesmaids age, anywhere from I would just say like, wow, 17 to, I mean, really, you can be a bridesmaid at any age. 63. But it's like you can go on Amazon and get that robe in any color. And I feel like on Instagram, you see a lot of bridesmaid pictures where they're all wearing it, whatever the color it was. Sometimes it's like a turquoise base, Anyway, so I was just like, I clocked it. I did. Carly gets a doll. right? And like, she brings the doll over and like Ronald's like FaceTiming Carly. And I just wrote down Carly's better with that doll than Ronald as a dad. That's really a mean thing to say. And I will just say that, I mean, this is a hard one to watch because we are just toggling in between being like, this person is not a good person. And we're not really rooting for you to get to America. We're kind of rooting for you, Tiffany, to cut your losses at this point and still running, even though their losses are great. But at this point, because he relapsed since COVID, like since anyone that would care about you, it's just like, go on, take the money and run. Or was that the words? I mean, we're just like, mm-mm. I mean, okay, so in this episode, we find out that his visa, okay, this is what's a little confusing. His visa application has been approved, and then they have the interview. Okay, so she has found this information out. Obviously, in this FaceTime, she's going to tell Ronald, but at the same time, she also had like a reaction video that she like did on her phone. I guess the producers weren't there, and they waited for this conversation for her to tell Ronald over FaceTime. So at the same time, we get this all the like reaction video of her on her phone, like, filmed like whatever mode this is, which is like not the real mode, not horizontal, and also in a filter. Do you guys notice that? That annoyed me. So now we realize that like she's going to give this information. She's going to try and get her dad to co-sponsor because she cannot pay for Ronald to come out and be an American citizen if he like, also in the lieu of that, like has some horrific situation happen. And her dad, who's not been in her life, has like slowly come back and I feel like owes her one. And so she has a conversation with her mom and she's like, look, what do I do, mom? Like, yes, this happened. Yes, I need my dad to pay for it. And you're like, okay, what's going to happen? And she's like, mom, should I tell my dad, that Ronald has like a crazy past? And the mom tells her not to tell her dad. And I just was like, oh, that's who you get your horrible decision-making genes from. What? Why? You must really hate your ex-husband. Right? Also because, yeah, like this whole time, Tiffany's mom has hated Ronald. I would just be like, yeah, tell your dad. Yeah, tell your dad about because I would be like, I don't want Ronald to come. I don't want you to be with Ronald. So I don't want to be able to have a co-sponsor. I think that my ex-husband wouldn't allow that. And so, yeah, tell him the truth. But for some reason, Tiffany's mom is like, don't tell him. Even though Tiffany's mom knows that Ronald is horrible for her daughter, has always been a horrible choice. And for some reason, at this juncture, again, Tiffany could really use someone to be like, what? No. Let's talk about it. Ronald. I was talking to Ronald. Is it Ronald? Ronald. Okay. I need you to break this down, dog trainer. What is it? It's like Ronald. No. It's a flatness. Ronald. I'm going to have to work on it. I need Wa to work on it too. It's like, it's an openness in the O sound and then like a L in the ALD. With Ronald, no. I'm trying to overdo it. But I really need you guys to tell me what you think phonetically is happening, yes, with the way that Tiffany says Ronald. With Ronald. Okay, I'll try it. Look, it's very difficult. This is the Lord's work of like just really sitting there. I mean, this is like what Daryl Hammond had to do, honey. God bless, So, ELD, Ronald. Okay, Jolene. I could do this for, by the way, 9 years. Okay. Yeah, even it's so funny because the mom even was like, does he know that Ronald steals from his mom? Ronald stole from his own mom? Just like Mare of Easttown's son used to steal from her before he came. Okay. God, I just can't believe it. Angela. So Angela, honey, is in pain because she had not one but two surgeries. The one surgery I had and the surgery I haven't had, but that surgery, breast surgery, much more painful. And she is just like being nursed by JoJo, honey. They're in matching shirts, and JoJo's like wiping that coochie. I mean, God bless Joe with the things that JoJo has seen. I can't believe. Well, Michael's seen it too. I mean, I just. I hope I hope that they maybe just like got some honey pot wipes. Maybe like that would just be like a refreshing, thing to do for your friend. Oh my God. But JoJo has to leave and Angela feels like really bad. She's crying about it. And then she goes to like kind of, because she's in West Hollywood and Beverly Hills to go get a green juice. I can't believe this is happening. It's like when I say this, because I live in LA most of the time. I'm just like, oh my God, this is crazy to watch her. It's like fish out of water to the extreme. I mean, this is like a sitcom. This whole time it's like, Beverly Hill hillbillies, I mean, straight up. So she's now in a green juice juicery or whatever, God bless. And I mean, this is bananas, but not bananas because she can't have any sugar, right? She's not allowed to have any sugar, which I get. You're not supposed to have any sugar. This is like early on. And so they're like, okay, well, there's, like no sugar in only green juice. Like it would obviously be just like whatever it is, greens pressed through with like either celery or cucumber, something that has like zero zilch. And like you have to, I mean, if you haven't had a lot of like those kind of like fresh pressed juices, like that's it's a hardcore thing. Yes, it's so much easier to have like a yummy green juice that feels really healthy for you and having a little bit of apple to kind of like help you just enjoy it on the palate, like even green apple, which is like a lower glycemic fruit, really does just add a little something that can make it palatable. However, I've had so many over the years that I actually got used to it and I really like a green juice. But again, I'm a weird person who like, if you know me, my history, honey, worked at a vegan restaurant. The fresh pressed juice attached for obviously very long and I got a long time and I got very used to just like giving myself like ginger lemon shots or whatever. Just like I'm hardcore at this point. I can do whatever. So I actually like it. But to watch Angela have to take in, honey, just a green juice. It's just like not for her. It's not for anyone that like wouldn't have that. Of course, look at her. Why would you do that to her? And so then, yeah, she likes the yummy watermelon thing, but she's not supposed to have it. She's not supposed to have watermelon. Okay. But you're not supposed to have a lot of things, very Angela. And she's having it. Like so she gets a smoothie, honey, and she's like having the smoothie. At the same time, it's like, I mean, the real smoothie she's craving is that camel red. The smooth flavor of a camel red, the smoothie. Ugh. I don't know. She's such an interesting cat. So this whole time, we're supposed to believe that Michael is just like combating all of this. And then Angela from the breasts to like losing weight. And then Angela's like, well, I can't leave Beverly Hills without one more surgery, trifecta, things come in threes. I'm going to lose all this weight. So now I'm going to get a facelift now before I lose the weight. Which, I mean, this part doesn't make as much sense to me. Because when I lose the weight, it'll be saggy, right? That's what she's doing. Why wouldn't you just lose the weight and then do it? Because you're gonna lose weight. So why, when you like, didn't, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? That's like, it was weird to me. Like, I felt like, where's Natasha? Natasha's split, honey. Remember the surgery coordinator? That girl's out. She is like, I can't. Because Natalie, because Angela is just like, with every doctor, sexually abusive. We meet this other one, the one that's gonna do the facelift, honey. She's like, ow! You're hot. She's just so like, I hell out of you. You're just like, oh my God. She's like a walking Harvey Weinstein. Wow. Yeah, I mean, she's hard, like she's a hard one. I don't know what's going to happen with her. Like, I don't know if it's going to be good. Like, I don't know if she is mentally stable enough to be able to have done like enough therapeutic work, or if there's any real sign that she thought about that at all in order to keep up with that massive weight loss. She doesn't talk about therapy once. I don't understand. I guess, yeah, people think it's just like this quick fix. And for people who don't want to do the work or can't, or think that there isn't any work to do, those ones like don't, I feel like, bode well in the future. Because, with any surgery, it's like whatever, but with weight loss surgery, it's not like infallible. You're not the Pope. You can't like, you can gain weight, just like, whatever. The Pope is like, you can sin. That's what I meant by infallible. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you eat with a smaller stomach, there's like all these like bad things that can happen. I don't wish this on her. And I'm hoping this is not true. But because I had the surgery, I have been privy to people who've wanted to talk to me about it, right? Or whatever. And I have seen people who I feel like had a block after they had the surgery about being able to go to therapy and talk about why you use food and how you use food to unlock that. This is like very deep shit, right? However, some people have so much shame or so much fear or so much who knows what. Really, I feel like it's shame and fear, but I mean, truly, I'm not like a psychiatrist. Or denial, that they feel like there's no need. And I have watched people get this surgery and either not lose weight or stay the same or gain weight back. And I know I could cry because I know the struggle of like eating. And it's like this crazy disease. It's like with, I guess, smoking, you see Angela, she needs it, right? Or whatever. She needs that like fix or whatever. There is something underneath that. And why aren't you addressing that? It's so obvious. It's like anxiety is how I would describe it, because that is how I like understood it for me. And I like whatever work on all the time. And it's like difficult. And believe me, I am not perfect in any way. But I just don't ever hear her talk about therapy, nor have I seen her doctor talk about it if there was a psychiatry check or whatever. And fast forward to now, I still haven't seen her ever talk about therapy, but I will say on her Instagram is like flat tummy tea ads. So I'm not a doctor and I wish the best for her, but I want you to know why I'm saying all this and I want to be proven wrong. But, and I want the therapy for her also, not just because of the food thing about her losing weight or whatever. It's because we have seen her be like abusive to people. And I think that we've also seen Angela at times be incredibly like full of light and love. So you want her to get better, especially if you see her making active steps to be healthier. So you're like, all right, let's get in, girl. Let's do it. You're just kind of like, okay. So can you believe I'm still talking about this? I love you guys so much. I want to hear what you guys are saying. I know someone that had a surgery, lost a tiny bit of weight, and then hit me up to give them my Adderall. That's interesting. I would wonder, and again, no doctor, but because I've been through this, I would wonder if that person had done phentermine, because I feel like that's something, because I did in my past or whatever. And for someone who wants to lose weight. But I don't know. Yeah, I've never actually taken Adderall. Can you believe it? I wonder what it would be like on Adderall. Does Adderall supposed to, I mean, yeah, I think that once if I was to be, this is like, no, did I ever take Adderall? I don't even know. I don't, I think the difference between Ritalin or Adderall. And no, I don't, I mean, definitely didn't have, I've never had a prescription for it. And I think I took maybe half a pill once when I was like very young. I can't remember if I even had like any sort of reaction. How interesting. Okay, so baby boos, let's move on. Libby and Andre. Oh, I don't want to tell you. Yeah, so she goes to get that. Yeah, she's gonna get that facelift. Okay. Oh, one more thing I want to tell you about Angela is whatever. And I mean, because this is annoying, is like she literally goes to the doctor again, and then makes the doctor like call Michael to like talk Michael into the facelift or whatever. And then after Michael's like not into it, she's like, well, he doesn't want to hear this. And it's like no doctor wants to like have to talk. I mean, whatever. It's just weird. Oh, one more thing. Also, Michael, this whole thing about like Michael being like, how much is it or whatever, because Michael wants to use that money to like have a baby. And Angela's like, well, I paid for everything. So this should be me at my thing. Like, why, this is my money. And this is just all problematic and just feels like really stuff that should be talked about before they got married. Libby and Andre. I mean, I don't care about this at all. So Libby and her sister are like doing yoga, honey. They're like in half pigeon. They're like, it's like a so yogi now. God bless. And then her sister's one of those people that like talks in a question all the time. And I hate that. And I just feel like these girls are the worst nudie pic models in my life I have ever seen. If you've watched my lives, you know that I have been privy to a Discord where a bunch of pictures of all of the 98 people who have OnlyFans have been uploaded. And I have seen things. I don't want you to have to see them. You come here for my commentary about this, and I want to do you guys some favors. Like, for instance, this isn't the best season, right? Happily Ever After is boring because these people are old show horses and they are doing a script, okay? And so if you don't want to watch this season, that's fine. I love you guys and I'm happy you're here. Let me tell you about the OnlyFans. Now, let me say, I don't have anything new to say because I can't just like show you pictures and talk about it. But you know that one thing that has driven me crazy is the way that these women pose, the backdrops, the content creation, the discernment, the taste level, everything. It's just bananas to me, okay? Because who takes lingerie, sexy pics with sickle feet? Now you might say, Chris, you're not the demographic. If I'm not sexually attracted to women, so maybe I'm not getting it. But what I'm saying is, I don't have to be sexually attracted to women. I'm attracted to beauty. Yeah, I don't want to have sex with women, but I'm attracted to beauty. I understand like attraction and sexual energy. I love looking at beautiful women. Like sexy pictures of beautiful women who I love looking at that. I know it. Like I've known it my whole life. Like there's just so many or whatever, and you really don't have to like have any sort of certain characteristic, but I think a way you hold yourself, and also to not take pictures on like dirty carpet with feet feet that don't know what they're doing. I don't know why the feet make me crazy, because they're just like squatting in a corner with dirty carpet, honey. I mean, what I've seen these sisters do. So to be like, we're yogis now. We like sit in pigeon and we like talk about things. It's just like, I can't. Okay. And this conversation about getting a nanny. It's like, I don't even want to be like this person, but Libby, like you have one daughter and both you and your husband work for your dad. What is it? Why can't you take care of your daughter? I mean, why is it that hard? Like, You're telling me between the two of you and all of your siblings and all of your like parents that you can't just like drop Ellie off for 1 hour? I mean, come on. You don't need, I mean, listen, is that OnlyFans money that good that you're just like swimming in money now? Maybe it is. I'm just I'm so sorry. I just didn't read your comments. But yes, it's just that I want, what do I want? I want a certain level of aspiration. I want some interest and I want to feel like you take your work seriously. That's what it is. These women are now content creating for a platform, right? Like OnlyFans. And I mean, like, that's a whole commitment, right? I mean, by whole commitment, like they are, like they are, you know what I'm saying? Like, but the thing is, like, they are doing it. So if you're doing all of that, you've made this decision. Why not? I mean, if this is what your decision is, sorry, put yourself out there in the best light possible. But I guess why am I talking about, why am I like so indignant about this? Like, I would harken back to one of my favorite Jane Austen quotes. And I really need you to remember this for your life because this quote has taken me through a lot. Except that I'm obviously expending so much energy on this. So I'm going to say this to you, also to remind it to myself and let go of this topic. Jane Austen. Fools do not deserve the compliment of rational opposition. Now, they're not opposing me. However, why am I expending energy on talking about the taste level of Libby's sister's OnlyFans? Because it blows my mind so much how trashy it is. But you know what? Why? Okay, why? That's a lot of breath for me. Like I'm not even paying for it. I have no dog in this fight. Okay, so the whole thing is like Andre's like gonna go, I hate this because it's fake, go reno a house, and then like Libby's brother gets there and is like, you can't do this without my approval. Okay. I mean, that's what happens. I just don't even care. Kalani and Asuelu. So, I mean, I don't have to tell you, like, Kalani, like, really thought that maybe she'd have, like, her family support about getting a divorce, but, like, they're like, no, like, you had our support about, like, not bringing him here. And then now that you have another kid and he's here and we're part of the culture that that doesn't like divorce, we're not into it. Like Lowe's already said that. So then she goes to a lawyer who's basically like, yeah. And new law, Trump said that now the immigration thing that said 10 years, sorry, not immigration thing. I'm so sorry. It's like an immigration law that says if you're on a spousal visa, right, that you're on the hook for 10 years, you're actually on the hook for life. Now, okay. Why are they the only couple that now know that? Has all the 90-day couples now been affected by this law? Like, is Angela now affected by this law? Does Angela know that this is a new law that Trump did? Like, like, it's just so interesting. And can you just change it like that? Because don't you sign documents? I'm talking with Libby's sister where everything is in a question because I honestly don't know. But like, so in the contracts to bring someone over, where they previously had said 10 years, did they have a stipulation that also was like also or infinity, if we say so? It just depends on what we want to be amended at any time. So says the government. Like, is that what it is? And because it seems like that's, if you thought it was only 10 years and it got changed, how could that really be held against you? You guys can really tell me. Poor Chuck. Okay, no. I mean, here's the thing with Libby and Andre. I had moved on. I just feel like this is so fake. I mean, how can we really, really feel bad for any one of them? I feel bad for Ellie. Like she's just being taught. Well, I'll tell you what Ellie's being taught: how to make ugly porn. You know what? Maybe they should get a nanny. Maybe the nanny could teach them Ellie things. I mean, that's what true. Maybe there's a grandfathered clause. Great point. Great point. Sorry. Going back to Kalani Nasuelu. This, from what I remember, is like basically the only thing that happens is this conversation where the lawyer's like, then the weird thing is the lawyer's like, so Kalani, the best thing to do is just be a good mother and, don't break up your family. If I was Kalani, I'd be like, no, I just came to you for legal advice. This is my dad, Lo, and he'll give me that. I don't need to hear, no. You just like blink, blink. Those crazy extensions. If they signed before was changed, they cannot be held to. I mean, I would think so. I'm sorry if this was discussed on the show. Isn't quite understood what they were meaning. Okay. No, T Jones, I just replied to you. Okay. Brandon and Julia. So this is another fake situation where Brandon and Julia now have to have a like makeup conversation over the fact that Julia like lost her bananas mind, while out to dinner with Brandon and his friends, and that I also felt fake or whatever. And then like, I'll tell you that this Brandon Julia storyline about her being jealous or whatever it is boring. And where is Betty? No, where is she? I cannot believe TLC is not giving us Betty in every episode. What did TLC think? I don't understand. When Brandon and Julia, like the first couple of weeks happened on 90 Day Fiancé this season, then obviously was just the regular 90 Day Fiancé that we just got introduced to them that just happened before this Happily Ever After. Like all social media was dying over Betty. So now TLC brings back this couple and what we get is not a Betty? No Betty? I don't understand. When you met Debbie, TLC, you understood that Debbie had to be there, and you made sure Debbie went on vacations with Colty for his next girlfriend after Larissa. You see that Betty's there. Is Betty why isn't Betty in the episodes? And now I'm like, is Betty holding out for more money? Does she know her worth? And was TLC like, we can't pay, we have no money? I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Truly, are they just constantly going to swinging conventions? And this was this a pandemic break? Was Julia it's either me or Betty? And they were like, oh God, who should we do? And it was too late. They were like, well, we need, I guess, Julia. I don't know. What is it? You tell me. I love you guys. Yeah, then they are, this is just a boring conversation where they're like, Brandon's like, you just need to hear and understand me first. Oh, no, sorry. He's like, you just need to not freak out, just take things and react to them. And she's like, but Brandon, you need to understand and hear me first. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, Julia, don't you remember? I basically can't understand a word you're saying. I've said that already. Speak horrible English, which by the way, she doesn't. I understand every word. But at the same time, I just hate this whole thing. So I just hate the fact that Brandon is supposed to be some, amazing matinee idol, honey. And then Julie has to be what? So jealous. Ugh. It's just not the female empowerment I want to see. It just makes me feel like more Yara, please. This end, obviously, we needed more Yara because we didn't get any, and we could have used some. We really could have. Julia is boring. Brandon at the end of this conversation is like, let's go cuddle and watch a movie. And I don't feel like he loves watching movies with long-haired, straight-haired, brown-haired, brown-eyed, pale, thin, petite women. He loves in that farm. He loves watching movies. He likes to cuddle and watch movies. You know what? We're all supposed to be like, oh, Julia's crazy for being jealous or whatever. And I, listen, don't like that narrative at all. I think it's boring. But at the same time, he does have a type. And as we know, those girls look alike. That's a fact. That's de facto. Facts. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that is it. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. That's what happened, my babes. Um, I'm looking back to see if I just missed anything. I feel like I wrote a lot for. Oh no, that was it. Yeah. I don't know. Mike and Natalie is crazy. That was my favorite one. I feel like, yeah, even though everything is fake, the Mike and Natalie thing to me is the most exciting couple, at least right now, because it's just so painful and awkward to watch Natalie in this situation. And it feels, I guess, the most action packed and dramatic. Because even though it feels fake in some of the acting, Mike's mom truly hates her. I mean, I can't. Mike's mom is not an actress. And how would Mike act like a little boy so well if he was not truly regressing in the presence of Trish? I mean, like some things are just unteachable. Like Natalie wants to work in the movies, and like we're all like, Natalie, you're on the biggest show possible of your career. Natalie is like okay with that. That's why Natalie's like, no, I have to get to Seattle. I just want to like live in a condo with like a kitchen and do YouTube videos. Mm. What if I just like cut to like 5 years from now and she's just like a huge star? She's like, I did it. She's like in a movie with Johnny Depp. Oh my God. I don't know. Yeah, Mike is playing a long game. It does feel like he made a decision when she said that she did not love him to punish her. But what I really want to hear from is their supposed best friends, right? Like the ones that were like his male friend that also, I guess, met a Ukrainian woman that was friends with Natalie. And then that's how they met. Like they introduced each other. Like, where I need their opinion immediately, and I also need Bo's opinion. I need Bo's commentary about them at all times, but I also need those, like, yeah. I want to hear if that woman, Natalie's friend, is still Team Natalie. Or if they're both Team Natalie. Or if they're both Team Mike. I need to know. And I deserve to know. I truly do. And you guys do too. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about, I want to give you guys a moment to discuss anything more about the 90-day things. And then I wanted to see if you guys want to talk about Mare of Easttown. If not, no pressure. Ooh, little like cowlick. I did see the Ed thing. I just like don't want to talk about him. Truly, I'm so sorry. Like I think that I just can't. He's just a little too toxic. Thanks, though. Even though I talked about Angela. I mean, if Ed was on the show that I decided to like, I guess I would have to, but he's not, so I don't have to. Bam Bam is a butthead. Who's Bam Bam? I thought Debbie was on fire. Oh, I think you were talking about the single life reunion. Natalie, I mean, yeah, Debbie looks completely different, huh? She got a makeover. Okay. So anything about this episode, Happily Ever After? Oh, Asuelu's Bam Bam. Oh, yes, my love. Bam Bam is a butthead. Yeah, that is so true. What a crazy situation. Like Tiffany and Kalani. Sorry, I was like, where? Tiffany and Kalani should become BFFs, right? They can just like sit around, do each other's makeup, play with each other's like baby kids, talk about the bad choices they made in different countries, and then fathered kids with them. I mean, really, who could understand each other more than those two? They really should become best friends. I feel like in the reunion they should sit together. And by the end of the reunion, like they should have just like best friends forever, like necklaces, and then just be like soulmates. I mean, those are soulmates. Um, who's Pebbles? Ha 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 ha. That's cute. Thank you, Mimi. Okay. So, did you guys, I feel like you guys, I am so sorry if someone talked about this, but Mare of Easttown. Okay, completely different topic from 90 Day Fiancé. So I'm just going to give you this little, I don't want to give any spoilers because no one's saying, oh my God, let's talk about it. So I'm feeling like you guys haven't seen it and I want you to watch it. And it's one of those shows that I feel like you can really easily binge. And so I'm not going to give you any spoilers for that. So you can enjoy it. Mare of Easttown is an HBO show. It's on HBO Max. Kate Winslet is in it, honey. She plays a detective in Easttown, Philadelphia. Oh, thank you, Brian. Ha ha ha. It is a drama and also a thriller, suspense thriller. Who done it? And it's one of those binge shows where like there's just really good cliffhangers and really good scenes, vague enough that you can really like start to make theories. And layered on top of what's like those fun things is I'm telling you, and here's the thing, like my friend Morgan told me, and I took a moment before I could really watch it, and Twitter was going off. So, maybe you have to hear from it from different people. Let me just tell you, the acting is the acting is beyond. Okay, beyond. And the writing is inspired. It's like textbook, perfect suspense writing. It's so good. It's thrilling. It's beautiful. But sometimes it can be almost absurd how dramatic it is because this town, I mean, honey, it's a lot of trauma, is how I would say it. And people moving through a lot of pain. And I know that sounds not fun, but the aspect of like the who done it, if you could like really dive into that and lean into like, that. I mean, you can't stop watching it. There's a lot of great people in it, like Evan Peters is in it, and like Jean Smart's in it. Jean Smart is in it, and Jean Smart is also in another HBO show right now called Hacks. Completely different, hilarious, and what an amazing woman. Jean Smart is like on two of the best shows right now, playing crazy great characters that are completely opposite of each other, and I mean, it's awesome. So, yeah, let me just talk about this. So please watch it. I love Kate Winslet too. It's so funny because I really was like such a Leonardo DiCaprio fan that I watched Titanic a lot and like Romeo and Juliet a lot. And then it's so interesting now to be an adult and be like, oh my God, Claire Danes and Kate Winslet are still like my favorite actresses. Okay, question. Mare of Easttown. On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate it? 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. 10. Yeah, very into it. Mare, like house? Mouse? Mare, like house? Lisa? Mare, like, I don't know what that means, my love. Marianne, I think is what it's her, you know. Mare, like horse? Oh, sorry. I love you. Mare, like Marianne. And I think. Um, okay. So I don't want to give anything away, but that's a great show. Hacks is a great show. Let's see, what else am I gonna watch? I gotta get some new shows and you know. Okay, it's 10:04. I am going to start to wind down my mind, and that means turn off this ring light and just like calm back down, get into sleep mode. So I love you guys for being here. It is almost an hour that you spent with me on Memorial Day weekend. A day later, talking about the last episode of 90 Day Fiancé, as well as obviously some other things, and also just like whatever deep dives into the psychology of things because I'm a nightmare, you know me. And I just like go crazy on a live, and then for some reason I can't commit to doing my edited reviews anymore. And so I'm so sorry if anyone here is like, I miss those. I do feel like I want to get back to doing some, but they take up so much time. Truly, in the editing process, I cannot even tell you like a whole day. And this is the reason why is I haven't, I'm in a wealth management certification process, and I'm going to move on to getting different licenses within the realm of finance. And that requires me to do a lot of studying and working in-house and tutoring for math stuff and the tests to do certain things. And so it's like that's what I'm having to like focus on. I can't just sit around and edit as much as I kind of did in the past. I love you guys so much. So that's what's happening. But I just appreciate you guys truly and want to give you, my love and my warmth and happy Memorial Day. And I hope you have a great week. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? All right, baby boos. Take care of your. Okay, so sorry. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I'm at Chris L. Farah. You know how that works. If you want to follow me on Facebook or if you want to join my private Facebook group, that's Vanity Farah. That's how that works. I am so thankful to my mods that have been in here and also my super chat. Thank you so much, Marie. You're the best. And just you guys giving your time and your energy and your typing fingers. Thank you so much for all of your comments and your compliments and your contributions. A lot of C words. All right, baby boos, that's it. And then here's my outro. Take care of yourselves and each other. Stand up for what you believe and make art. Bye.